Okay, hi everybody. We're here at Positive Gym one more time, doing our thing. This is Joe Maynard and I'm here with Mr. Dan Cree, and we're at the cake shop. And before we go into our interview like how we normally do, first we're going to be having a demo. She's going to show me how to ice a cake.
So today we've got red velvet cupcakes with us, and we've got some cream cheese frosting.
Cream cheese.
Yes, and we just placed it in a pastry bag, and I've got a number 1A tip here, so it's a round tip.
1A tip?
Yes.
Okay.
Tips have numbers, so you can know what the style is. The design. And what I do is I just make a swirl. So it's so it's very basic. You start in the middle, you squeeze, you go around, you stop, and you flick up.
And that's it. Okay, alright. So, okay, we're going to be making, I'm going to be doing a try of trying to squeeze and go around and then stop.
That's the basic breakdown. Okay, just when you
I believe I can control.
Okay, when you hold the pastry bag, you're going to apply the pressure at the back using your right hand. Your right hand is? So just hold it. And you use this one to guide, use your left hand. Alright. It's gonna, the icing is soft, so just hold it up in the meantime. I'm just gonna move these.
In the bag.
Yeah. Alright, let's go. Remember, squeeze, hold it straight up, straight.
Straight up.
Pressure, squeeze, squeeze, circle. Come on,
Squeeze, I'm squeezing.
Okay.
Okay, that's terrible.
Let's try it again. Come on, we got a few more.
Oh my god.
Squeeze, go around,
And then stop.
Alright, we got a few more. Let's just try it. Okay, here's what. Before you do it, just focus. You're going to squeeze at the center of the cupcake. So you're going to
Squeeze at the center.
Yeah. Squeeze. Go around. You got to do it simultaneously.
Oh my god, no. This is harder than it looks. This is hard.
Yeah, you see? It's frosting cupcakes. Alright, one more time. Let's see if you get it.
Okay, this is okay.
Come on. Focus. Around.
Wow.
Okay, we got it better. Alright.
I got one
You can put this on the side.
So now that we have had that demo on my part, trust me, I don't want to. I tried. The most important thing is that I tried, right?
It wasn't that bad. Come on. Give yourself some props. It was good.
Okay, clap for me, clap for me. Okay, so we're going to be interviewing Mrs. Danny to find out a little bit about her business. How did you know for baking?
Well, I have to say I love to eat, and I'm always into baking. Yes, I love to eat and to find a way to bake them. And I couldn't really find things that I wanted to eat readily in the stores here, so I started baking them myself.
You have stuff, it's not really up to the quality that you're expecting. So sometimes you really have to go and make your own stuff. Yeah, so that's how we began?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the last things that pushed me, but there were other factors as well. But that's one of the major ones.
Okay.
I see something, it looks really good, but when I buy it and I taste it, it's not that.
So you made your own?
Yes.
Okay, so what does the cake shop offer in general? What other
Well, we do cakes. We do cheesecakes, fruit cakes, vanilla, chocolate, all sorts of different cakes. I also do pastries. I do chocolate tarts. I do some puff pastries, which is French pastries. Not a lot, but I do. And usually, if persons ask me about something that I don't do, I will let them know if I'll make it.
Oh, and you do muffins?
Yes.
What's the difference? I have tried to figure it out on my own. I can't figure it out. What's the difference between a cupcake
And a muffin?
and a muffin? What's the really difference?
For me, no, it's not the size because you can have a jumbo cupcake. For me, it's the texture.
When I first tried baking, I remember took it out of the oven. Half was on the side, it's just like half was flat, and over the other side was like pop up. Really, and was that the same instant for you when you tried your hand at baking?
It wasn't.
So what for your first attempt? The first time that you put your hand,
I honestly cannot.
It came out perfect.
I can't remember, but I'm sure I ate it, so it would have tasted good. Mind you, I do have times when I bake stuff and it doesn't come out good, and I have to trash it or I give it to the dog, or some one of my friends would come and try it and tell me if it really tasted good or bad and what's wrong with it and how I can improve it.
Okay, so did you go per se to begin this baking, or is it just a talent of yours? You just started, good at it, just tested, tried?
Well, I didn't go. I'm not formally trained. I've never been to culinary school, and everything that I know, I'm self-taught. So whatever I learned growing up, and then I add to that by reading. So I buy a lot of books, culinary books. I do a lot of research. A lot of blogs are helpful. Culinary blogs.
Can you give us some books and some blogs that we might be able to?
Okay. First off, for books, well, I won't give you a names because there's so many books out there, but. One name I can give you is the Lambeth method. Lambeth. It's a method of frosting cakes. It's very British and it's very elegant. And this method was pioneered by a man named Lambeth, and it's called the Lambeth method. And this book it's really our treasure. It's a resource. I'm actually trying to get my hands on one of them.
So, seeing that you're in the teething stages, I'm sure that you had some of those kind of moments where you're wondering whether or not I should or I shouldn't. You know, this is the right time. Should I get more information before I even step out? You know, those kind of things.
I thought about a lot of those things, but I wasn't fearful. I've never been afraid of starting a business. And I think what I did or what helped me a lot is research. So think about it, don't just dive into it and say, well, I'm opening a store. Start making your product, start marketing among your friends, start getting them to give you buy-in about your product or your service. How is it? And start little and gradually build it up. So don't just look at it like a big thing and oh my gosh, I'm going to be overwhelmed. Take it simple, break it down, and if you can, get a business plan. Start and write down what you aim to do, what is your product, what makes you different from everybody else offering this, and go and test it out before you actually invest.
Okay, so you were talking about research. So is this okay, so instead of just randomly just throwing it out in the wind and hoping that it lasts, it's best to do research.
Yeah.
So what kind of research did you really
do?
Yes.
Okay, what did I do? First of all, I made stuff. So I made treats and I would take them to my friends. I take them to other persons, maybe business colleagues, people I met, and ask them to try them. Like one time I took some cupcakes to an office and the person was very honest. They gave me their feedback. It was not the best, but they gave me the feedback and I was able to use it as a learning example. That's one of the things I did. Also, I look and I see what are the competitors doing. If I'm going into the market, what else is there? What are they offering? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? It's commonly called a SWOT analysis. So you look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats surrounding your business. And that's essentially what I did.
Okay, so I did an interview with a young lady, a financial advisor, who was actually pinpointing some really in the same thing that we are speaking about right now. She was really going in depth and giving us understanding why it is so important to do market research and all of that, and strengths and weaknesses, finding out what is really out in the market and how you can tweak it to make your business more unique.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Where are you located right now? So that you have like an area.
Well, right now I bake from home. I do orders and deliveries.
So you bake from home, so it's basically.
So it's a home business.
Okay.
I do have a regular job.
That's the best.
And that's something I would advise personally. If you have a hobby, you want to turn it into a business, keep your day job and try and schedule your free time to work around it.
Because it's like you keep your day job at the same time building up the business you have, until eventually that business becomes your day job.
Yes, exactly. That is
it's over. Exactly. Okay. What would you say are the two best equipment and stuff that you are using around the business that you use?
That I value, I would have to say first off, my KitchenAid mixer. It is invaluable. My KitchenAid, yes, KitchenAid is a brand I recommend. I'm sorry, I don't use any other brand now. I swear by it. Okay. It works, it functions. Through power outages and storms, it functions. So that's my KitchenAid. The next thing I would have to say is a tie between my oven and my refrigerator. To do cakes, you need to keep the place cool. You need to keep your frosting cool, and everybody knows St. Kitts is hot.
That, yes, it can
So
get
that is pretty challenging. So I'm usually between mixing up something in the kitchen, sticking it in the fridge, and sticking it in the oven.
Okay, so, oh wow. So is there any other items, machinery that you would recommend people start buying?
On the home bakers?
Yeah.
Well, I would have to say, it depends on what you're focusing on. If you're doing fondant work, you need fondant tools, modeling tools. If you're doing piping, which I love, you get a lot of piping tips. So I have over 100 piping tips. I have jumbo ones, I have mini ones, I have, I just stop.
So you have like a specific brand of piping tools that you recommend to use in the water?
I usually use Antico, but it's not my favorite brand. There is another brand that I like. I just don't remember the name at the moment. But there are a few brands out there on the market.
Okay.
You just have to be careful in terms of where you live, the salt, and the type of metal that it's in. Right? So I usually try to get stainless steel stuff. Some people make aluminum and tin, like cookie cutters. I'm really careful about those. I recommend that you have, I go to the stash, cake pans. I get my cake pans custom made. I don't do the character pans, so if you want to character cake, I say to them that I will actually have to cut that cake by hand and design it and sculpt it. So that's what I recommend.
So let's talk about this icing called butter icing.
Buttercream?
It's buttercream. It's very strange to me understanding what that is. For me, that means you're putting butter, throw some cream in it, and you mix it up.
It just means that you're creaming butter.
That's what it is?
You're creaming butter, yes?
Oh my god.
You are just beating the butter until it becomes creamy. So you're creaming butter, it's called buttercream. But interestingly enough, there are at least 5 different ways that I learned to make buttercream. There is one standard way that I usually use, but there are different ways of making buttercream.
Oh, wow. Okay. Can you leave a few nuggets of advice to viewers who may like to begin their very business? What nuggets can you give?
Get advice, get help, and try and get a mentor. Whatever industry you're going to go into, look for somebody else who's been in it, see what they're doing good, what they're doing bad. And if you can go and talk to them. Maybe they'll talk to you, maybe not, but go and ask them about it. Most persons I find here have been supportive, they have helped, and they will give you guidance and say, well, this is what I did, and you'll have to now take the advice or leave it and make the best of it. I would also advise that they get a financial advisor. You don't have to hire anyone. You can just go to the bank as if you're opening an account and sit down and talk to one of the officers. Ask them for help with a business
Financial advisors on the cheap.
They want you to have an account with them, and if you have a business or you're opening a business, they're interested in having you as a customer. So they will help you with a business plan, because if your business survives and is successful, then their business is successful because they're doing business. But the thing is, it just comes down to you being sure about what you want, being positive, and finding the right one. Like I just mentioned, networking and connecting. When you're there, when you're on the go, when you meet people, you dialogue with them. For me, I don't just go looking for people, but I bump into people. Maybe they're going to a store and they're buying something similar to what I'm buying. I ask them, and they explain how they're using it. Next thing you know, for example, I went out to a meeting once, and I ran into somebody to find out that they do videography and photography. And then I get a call from you, and I'm here. So I don't know how all of this goes, and I don't even know how you got to know who I was, but it's reaching out and calling somebody and asking a question.
That is so true. So we are here with Miss Sylvanie Speed on the cake shop, and she just opened out a whole abundance of information for us. Gave us a lot of tips that we can use and carry on in our businesses, or our efforts that we want to do, groups, pursuits, whatever we have in our mind that we can actually get it done. And I'm thanking you very, very, very much for doing it, for allowing us the opportunity to come on into the cake shop and seeing how to
frost the cupcake.
Wow, to frost the cupcake and hearing all about the ventures that you're on and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. And if you guys enjoyed this episode episode of Positively Driven. I am asking you to just subscribe, like, share, and come on over continually Positively Driven and learn all about staying positive, staying focused, and staying driven. All right, enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye.